Hi guys, it's me, Joseph Anderson again, and I have a few words to say about a few topics that have been in the media as of late. Number one being about Mr. Charlie Kirk. Now, I will say this right now, okay? I do not agree with anything that Mr. Kirk said. Okay, I fundamentally oppose everything that he says. I'm open-minded. I'm very anti-racist, and I'm very open to anything. And his ideology was very disgusting and very wrong to me. But I will defend his right to say it as an American, because that's what is upheld in the U.S. Constitution under the First Amendment, that we have freedom of speech. That being said, even though I find his ideology to be completely wrong and twisted and disgusting and all this, I do feel bad on a human level for his assassination. And I do feel bad for his wife and kid. I think he had just one, maybe two children, so I felt really bad for that. You know, I wasn't going to make a video on it because I might be more important thing to do and deal with. But this whole thing just became it exploded, especially among the people of the right. For some reason, I don't know why they make such a big deal about Charlie Kirk. You know, he's just one other person in my mind, another conservative speaker, an activist, if you will. So I don't understand why he's becoming the face of the right wing. It could be that he was the one guy who said what every conservative and Republican was thinking at the time: racism, sexism, misogyny, etc., ableism, whatever, what have you. But the more established Republicans were too afraid to say it for fear of being laughed at or being marked as racist, etc. So, in my mind, he does get a little bit of respect. Like I said, he was completely disgusting in his views and his in your face attitude towards certain things, but he did defend the freedom of speech, which is more than we could say about Donald Trump. Now, being that he was an advocate for free speech, you would think that the President of the United States, which, like him, which will give him the Congressional Medal of Honor as a posthumous gift, which I don't agree with. The Congressional Medal of Freedom, I don't agree with it, so he can give it to his wife, which will become the new CEO of Transport USA, from what I understand. You would think that the president would honor his legacy and keep on his legacy of the freedom of speech at whatever cost. Like he said in his opening address as President of the United States 2.0. But no, he doesn't want to honor the legacy of good Chucky Kirk, as I would call him. You know where I got the idea from? Call me Chucky. From the Peanuts cartoon. Because of Peppermint Patty can refer to Charlie Brown as Chuck. I can refer to him as Chucky Kirk. So I bet I'm sure he wouldn't mind wherever he is. So anyway, the freedom of speech has been under attack by Donald Trump, and he doesn't like certain comedians in late night TV shows that don't really that make say mean hurtful things to about the dog. Case in point, Jimmy Kimmel. Another case in point, Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers. So whether you like them or you hate them, as in Jimmy Kimmel, you gotta respect their freedom of speech to say something that you don't like. You know, someone calls me a retard or a disabled podcast that does a living stuff. You know, I will respect them to a degree. I won't like what they said to me, but I'll respect their ability to say it. Now, the thing is that a few months ago, Colbert said something that Trump didn't like, and he wants to get rid of that guy altogether. So he kept it with a few people, and he made it legally possible to get rid of the show, late night show with Stephen Colbert. And the thing was that we were all pissed off at that. You know, we figured, you know, with a one-time deal, you know, that there was a merger between Paramount and some other company, so they need FCC permission to to get that taken care of, and to do that you need to have the president on board for whatever reason. It seemed like a kind of little whoopsie in the balance of power and stuff. So Trump probably said something along the lines of, "You get rid of Colbert, you get rid of him that I don't like for what he says about me and that kind of thing. I'll greenlight your merger. You can keep making money." So so that was very sad for the people who like this show, like myself, like millions of other people. That was sad, but we took it like champs. Then this week we got a new thing that Jimmy Kimmel was next in line to be on the firing squad, if you will. And the thing of it was, Trump even sent out one of his little tweets or truths or whatever you call it, to where he said that Jimmy Kimmel was next in the crosshairs. So unless he might have known some already about some future merger or something, where I think it was ABC wants to merge with, I think, Nexstar, some programming network that you don't know about, or I don't know about, but it just became popular now to say it. Anyway, he said, but, you know, if you do this for me and get rid of Kimmel for good, I'll greenlight your project as well. So, without any hesitation, without any type of reruns or anything else, he just chopped them off. He got rid of Kimmel altogether. at least with Colbert, at least we got about 6 months love to him to make up the life and try and stuff like that. And his term will end like around in the May June-ish time period. But yeah, we should just chopped off Kimmel altogether. No questions asked. Not even the goddamn rerun on the show. I was like, damn. So the people on the right, as well, I believe Trump even said very happily that he got rid of Kimmel. Finally got rid of the thorn in his side. But they were saying that he was disrespectful to the memory of Chucky Kirk. You know, they're gonna call him that, Chucky Kirk. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't be mean to this guy who was a saint to the right and conservatives. To what I gotta say, why did they make him an honorable person? Why did they make him, why did they canonize him into the mythology of the conservative movement? Why is this one person so high up there? And the thing is that even Trump doesn't respect him enough to respect the freedom of speech that Mr. Kirk fought so hard for, and literally gave up his life for, in a very horrific manner, by the way. I really wish that didn't happen that graphically in front of all those people, in front of all those spectators. But anyway, they said that Jimmy Kimmel was offensive to that guy and to conservatives and whatnot. But if you watch his commentary on the subject, it was very tame. Dare I say, almost boring. I expected more of him. I expected more of James Kimmel. Yeah, he took a lot more. He ripped apart a lot more other people a lot more than he did with Charlie. He didn't even think the reverse truth, like Brian Kimmel when he talked about the homeless people and gave them all lethal injections. That was a lot more visceral, a lot more wet, if you will, than what Kimmel said. I know nobody bitched about Brian Kimmel. Real good name, by the way, Kimmel. He wanted to kill a bunch of homeless people. And I think that some people actually say that because of his statements, there was violence toward the homeless recently because of that. I think maybe a shootout, something like that. In any case, these fake wingers, they don't know the power of their words. Or if they do, they don't know, they want to deny it. They want to say, oh no, we never said anything bad. We're not news. No, they shouldn't listen to us. Whatever the case is. So, whether you like these comedians riffing on the president, which they have done in the past to Obama, Biden, Clinton, Bill Clinton, and probably his wife too, George H.W. Sr., George Bush Jr., every president, from my memory, they made fun of one way or another. and probably their wives too. But this recently, this orange tyrant doesn't like it because they hurt his feelings. Woohoo! You know, as almost 8-year-old man is getting tired of being picked on because he's tired of being called a jackass and a jerk and tyrant and all this stuff. Well, if the shoe fits, you know, if you want to love for something, if you want to earn a Nobel Peace Prize, if you want to be respected and loved around the world. Oh, that was so funny with the Epstein projection on the big Windsor Castle battlement. That was priceless. But if you want to be respected around the world, do nice things. Be a good person that a vast amount of people. Don't take rights away from us. Don't take freedom of speech away from us. Don't punish people that you personally don't like. I mean, I'm sure that Joe Biden didn't like people making fun of his age. Hillary Clinton didn't like when people always brought Monica Lewinsky. But everything went fine. Everything rolled off their backs. Nobody got deeply offended by it. Trump, on the other hand, you say one bad thing about him, and it's like, go to hell, you're gonna go to hell, you're gonna die, you're gonna never work in this town again. And even with Charlie Kirk, you know, people always just say one bad thing about Charlie Kirk, and you're never gonna work at all. You're gonna be fired, you're gonna be interned, you're gonna be deported and all that. There are threats of that happening. It's like, when did talking anything about a person besides only the best things in the world, when did that become like a serious crime? So anyway, whether you like these comics or not, make fun of anything, any topic whatsoever, any joke, any person, any whatever else, whether you like them or hate them, you gotta respect it, the freedom of speech. You know, and not saying, you know, kill everybody that likes this person or incite violence against these people. They're just making jokes, making observations, comedy about situations and stuff. Now, me personally, I love the Kimmel. I thought he was pretty damn funny. In fact, I liked him ever since the Man Show back in the 90s. And I know some of the humor might be dated and stuff, but him and Crow were excellent in that comedy show. Granted, it was a little racist and a little bit sexist and all that, but it was so funny, to me at least. So anyway, that's the freedom of comedy right there. And you know, I heard that when comics are limited in what they can say and what they can't say, that's where fascism takes over. I know that we're like on the alert for, if you limit this, it's fascist, if you limit that, it's fascist. But it's true, you know, if you limit freedom of speech from comedy or from any other purpose, that's a good gateway into fascist territory. Also, for the same matter, that if Trump said something bad about it, let's say hypothetically that somebody decided to shoot Jimmy Kimmel or shoot Stephen Colbert or whatever else, any of the comics or whatever making fun of Trump. If he were to say Haha, look at that dead guy. Look at that dead up there. His dreams tugging all this stuff. He could get away with it because the freedom of speech. Trump likes the freedom of speech only when it affects him. Only when he has the freedom of speech. If not, it's like you dare speak bad about me, you're fired. I'm gonna get rid of you. I'm gonna get rid of you in the worst way possible. I'm gonna make it so that you're fired, your spouse is fired, your children won't get any work, and your grandchildren won't get any work either. So anyway, because Trump was able to struggle on not only the Tim Colbert show, but the Jimmy Kimmel show immediately from APT, that kind of thing, which is illegal, I believe, in both cases. But even people like Ted Cruz is even turning on Trump now. I can't believe I'm saying that. You know what kind of world do we live in where I actually agree with something that Ted Cruz said of all people. He said that the way that works is that we live in an era where Trump can cancel anybody that he wants by saying, that the mighty fine broadcasting license you have there. If you pay something would happen to it. It's a good fellas. That kind of mentality of, you do something for me and I'll make sure nothing bad happens to your company. So anyway, he said that basically, with the strong arming of the broadcasting license of the big companies that want to make money and stuff, they want to continue to make money and big bucks. That they will get rid of whoever the president wants. So that's what logic goes at, because the Republicans right now are sitting pretty in all that. That if the next cycle comes around, that Democrat were to become president, he could do the same thing that conservatives and Republicans under the complete and total law-abiding ways, by getting rid of the power, by getting rid of the speakers and whatnot. And you know what? I think Ted Cruz does a legitimate thing, that if was to go for the goose, it goes for the gander. Now, whether or not they're going to do that is a different story, because I know that when it comes to politics, the Republicans fight dirty, whereas the Democrats try to fight clean, as clean as you can. And so there are a few mansions and whatnot over there somewhere, but they tend to fight honorably with the rules. And Republicans don't do that so much. But it's fun to see conservative voices turn against Trump, because right now, I remember that he said that he would defend all the right of freedom of speech, that was a big thing. But as late, the answer is no, that he does not support free speech for anyone that pisses him off or turns against him or speaks ill of the president or makes jokes about him under the guise of making making something like that, making fun of somebody else. This comes from a guy who lies about everything on his son. And then some, remember the eating the cats and the dogs, and remember that COVID will die out by Easter or something along those lines. Well, I had nothing to do with anything bad. I'm only going to be responsible for the good things in America. Anything else to do by default. So, once you start losing the conservatives and the people that support free speech, and they realize that Trump just used them as groups just to get the vote and to get into power again, just to keep himself out of jail and out of prison, whatever else that goes along with that. You realize that there's nobody that supports him. There's no radical right people. There's no people that like his rhetoric. Nobody likes his war stories or I'm superior stories. And that's it. And people realize that he's a horrible person, and I hope that in the midterms next year, if there are any midterms, that the Republicans go down in flames, because that's the deserve of all the foreign struggling and corruption and mollycoddling the president. He said mean things about me. Don't worry, we'll protect you. We'll get rid of Jimmy Kimmel and the Stephen Colbert. And probably the Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon, they're next. So yeah, I thank you for watching my video on these very interesting topics about Charlie Kirk and the firing of James Kimmel, my beloved James Kimmel, whose comedy is pretty good, I think. But he'll be back. After all, they did find out that this little breach of contract is illegal. Very, very illegal. And yeah, he'll be back. If not ABC, with some other network. But as for right now, I will not watch ABC, and I will not watch Paramount when they get rid of Colbert, because that was the only thing I watched from them. I don't care about watching the Super Bowl on the networks anymore. I don't care about watching anything else on the TV networks. So it'll have Hulu, it'll have Disney Plus. Well, I haven't seen a Disney movie ever since the live action Snow White movie came out. So yeah, not really from the Disney anymore. And I'm not talking about these topics, and just travel about both of them in different ways. So, if you like what you see here and you want to see more of my videos, you can always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also call me or text me for any more information on any future things I'm going to be doing. By calling me or texting me at 631-707-377. Or you can find me on Twitter or X if you prefer at P Nelson Pro. P Nelson Pro. Or my email is jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So I salute all you guys out there who like freedom of speech. Even Charlie Kirk was a horrible person. He still supported the freedom of speech, which is something I love dearly. And I'm sure I know the comics like them too. And remember, if they go away too, that'd be the first step toward true fascism. And I'm not gonna like it. We come from America almost free. Not America almost what I tell you to like, will say or do. Peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys in internet land. Sayonara.